Good morning, you guys. Today is such a special day. I don't know if you saw the slides yet, but it is officially National Kindergarten Day today. And I just feel so lucky that we have a whole day dedicated to kindergarten. And I'm obviously so excited because kindergarten is the best, as we all know. Um, so I thought we could read a fun book today, and it's called The Day My Mom Went to Kindergarten, or sorry, the day my mom came to kindergarten. But can you imagine if your mom came to kindergarten all day? It's kind of a funny book because kind of right now you're doing kindergarten at home and your moms and dads are there with you. So it's kind of a funny book for us to read. And I think you guys will like it. So I'm going to go ahead and read through it. And this isn't a book I have at my house, so I'm reading it on my computer, but it's just as well. And I think you guys will like this story. So here we go. The Day My Mom Came to Kindergarten by Maureen Fergus and Mike Lowry. So those are the Maureen Fergus is the author and Mike Lowry is the illustrator, which means he wrote the story. Okay, so here is our main character, and she's saying, "My awesome backpack." And she says, "I liked kindergarten from the very first day. It was better than a dinosaur museum, a circus, and a super duper mega three scooper ice cream sundae." Is that what you guys felt like too? I hope so. That's how I think of kindergarten. My mom was happy for me, of course, but I got the feeling she was also a little sad that I was growing up and starting to have adventures without her. So one morning when I was standing in line outside the kindergarten door, instead of saying goodbye, I asked if she'd like to come inside. Would you guys do that? Would you ask your mom to come inside? Be so fun one day to have all of our moms. She was so excited that she completely forgot her manners and tried to barge in at the front of the line. "I'm sorry, Mom, but you need to go to the back of the line," I said. "Otherwise, it won't be fair to the rest of us." Do you think your mom would do that? Maybe she wouldn't know our class rules and she would just go straight to the front without even being the line leader or asking someone if she could be there. But then, because I didn't want her to feel bad, I added, "Don't worry. Everyone makes mistakes at first. You'll be fine if you just watch me and do what I do." And it says in the little speech bubble that the mom does a sigh, like, oh, like she's kind of like, wow, I'm in kindergarten and I've already not followed the rules once, or I didn't really know what was going on yet. She's still learning about kindergarten. But I guess she forgot her promise because she walked right into the classroom without even taking off her outdoor shoes. My teacher, Mrs. Bowdry, was so nice about it. I was shocked. Who did Mom think was going to clean up these muddy footprints she's made on Miss Bowdry's nice clean floor? And look at this, Mom. She has like an airplane in her hand and it says zoom. And the ball is saying bounce. And the book falling on the ground, you could sound this out. It says the thump. And this says whiz. It's showing the globe going around. "Mom," I whispered as we settled onto the carpet for our letter of the day activity, "school is nicer for everybody if you try to be considerate of others." She promised she would make an effort. Does anyone know a word that starts with the letter D? And what does she have a picture of? A dinosaur. And the mom shouts out, "Dinosaur!" But I guess she forgot that promise too, because the very next minute she shouted out the answer to Miss Bowdry's question without even raising her hand. I mashed my lips together to try to keep from making a groaning noise, and my face got so red that I pulled my whole head inside my shirt. This says groan, so she's kind of feeling embarrassed because her mom just blurted out an answer and she didn't raise her hand. Can you imagine? My mom looked down into my shirt where my head was and apologized for not waiting her turn to speak. I peeked up at her and pointed that she wasn't paying attention to Miss Bowdry. "Talking while Miss Bowdry is talking?" I whispered. "Very embarrassing, Mom." It was hard to believe that she'd ever been to kindergarten. She didn't even know the basics. And here they have their rules up, kind of like if you remember in the beginning of the year, we made our little sunshine that's in the middle of our classroom. Has some of our rules or things we want to follow in our classroom. There's say to listen, raise your hand, clean up, no outdoor shoes. We don't have that one, but I think if we were somewhere that was muddier or maybe snowier, we'd want to have no outdoor shoes. Be polite and always follow directions. Sounds pretty similar, right? We do some of these things. We want to be polite and clean up, and we do like our whole body listening and try to raise our hands so we can all hear what each other has to say. For the rest of the day, it was one thing after another. Mom remembered to take off her outdoor shoes after we visited the play structure, but she forgot to put them neatly in her cubby. Look, here they are just on the ground. She dropped crumbs everywhere during snack time and tried to leave the table without cleaning up. Can you believe this, Mom? Isn't this a silly story? Can you imagine if your mom came to kindergarten? Do you think she would be able to follow all of the rules that you guys work so hard to try to make our classroom a nice place? When we were in the library, she kept forgetting to use her indoor voice, and she talked to me through the whole story time. Hey, hey! And the little girl is telling her, shh. She swung on the jungle ropes during gym class when we were supposed to be playing beanbag tag. Whee! Oh my goodness. During music class, she went to the bathroom without even asking permission and then dawdled so long on the way back that she missed her turn on the bongo drums. Uh-oh, does it look like maybe she's playing in the water fountain too? This mom. And when she was having trouble with the scissors during craft time, she made a loud huffy noise and slammed them down on the table. Uh-oh. I was at my wit's end. That means I couldn't believe all of these things that were happening at school with my mom there. I didn't know how Miss Beaudry could stand it. But Miss Beaudry said I should remember that Mom had never been to our class before. Sometimes it takes a little while to get comfortable with something new, she reminded me with a smile. Once your mom gets used to the way we do things, I'm sure she'll learn how to express her thoughts and feelings in more appropriate ways. We agreed that we should give Mom a little more time to figure things out. And I'm glad we did because, guess what? She got a lot better after that. During playtime, she wanted to use the blocks to build a skyscraper, but because everyone else wanted to build a castle, she agreed to help. And later on, when the glue poured out too fast and ruined all the shapes she was trying to stick to her activity page, she didn't make a single huffy noise or slam the glue bottle down. Look at this, she's doing so great now. I'm proud of how hard you tried today, Mom, I told her as we were getting ready to go home. You could come back tomorrow if you want. Thank you, honey, she replied, but I think it would be better if I only came back to visit once in a while. I can tell from the size of the chairs around here that kindergarten is meant for people much littler than me. And besides, kindergarten is hard work. It is hard work, especially at home. You guys are doing really great. And our chairs kind of remind me of these chairs because they're pretty small. And even when Miss Seafeld or Miss Sanchez tries to sit in them, a little bit too small. But they're perfect for you guys. That's true, I agreed. But it's worth it. It sure is, she said as she shoved her tissue paper craft into her purse. Even so, I think I'll stick to working hard at something meant for people who sit on regular-sized chairs. You know, something like I'm already pretty good at. I thought about this, and then I said to her, "You're really good at being a mom, Mom." I bet you guys think the same thing about your mom, because you all have really wonderful moms. She said I was really good at being a kindergartner, crumpled some important notes from Miss Beaudry into her pocket, and gave me a big hug. As I hugged her back, I whispered, "Now, please take your place in line, Mom. Miss Beaudry won't dismiss us until you do." And she says, "Oops." Isn't that so silly and funny? And we are finished with our book. This is a really cool website that I showed you guys how to get onto too. I sent an email to your parents and you can read some cool books on here. But I hope you liked that little story, and I hope that it made you think of how funny it would be if some of our moms came to kindergarten and tried to do everything that we do. I think they would do a great job, but I think kindergarten is hard, and you might have to show them a few things about how we usually do things in class. But I can't wait to see you guys today on our Zooms, and I hope that your National Kindergarten Day is so special. And I love you, and I love kindergarten. I'll see you soon.